Defense. It won't just be Bowman. It'll be Glenn Dorsey coming back. He's not playing tonight, but Glenn missed all of last year. Here's Jarryd Hayne. How about that catch? Say hey. Good day, mate. He does this a couple more times. We're all going to be eating Vegemite up here.
Well, it's a bomb of a kick, and look at this catch over the shoulder, and then here's what you love. Again, we saw it last week in the open field, the vision, the cutting ability, shakes off Kyle Wilbur right there. Look at him read the block in front of him by Bruce Miller.
The ball punted away again to Hayne, and he'll bring this from the 20, makes the first man miss, makes a couple more miss, and the punter has to stop him. Chris Jones finally drags down Hayne after 35 yards.
Ted, it's ridiculous. I mean, Jimmy Tomsula said it last week. He's a world-class professional athlete, and he continues to show it.
Jarryd Hayne, well, these are innovative for sure. They are impactful. This Australian import, a 34-yard punt return. There's the Xfinity, Infinity, innovative move.
Those gunners, the guys that run down and cover kicks on the outside for the punt team, very, very athletic, and 2 weeks in a row, Jarryd Hayne's made them look silly.
Well, that gets everybody's attention. I don't think punts have been this exciting around here in a while. Chris Jones. All right, I'm sorry, this is Tom Hornsey, their second punter, the camp punter. And Hayne coming back. Jarryd Hayne has made, and if you thought he made a statement last week, he's screaming from a mountaintop in this first quarter.
It's going to be hard to not put that guy on this football team.
The 49ers, unlike last Saturday, did not give Gabbert much of a chance in the first half to do anything as Hayne gets a carry here. So Jarryd Hayne, who did not run from scrimmage in the first half, does so to start the second.
How they look on tape, but when Kilgore gets back playing center, they're going to have a lot of options playing that right guard position.
So Dylan Thompson, the third quarterback for the 49ers, is in. Jarryd Hayne gets the carry.
Which then allows Looney and Marcus Martin and Brandon Thomas and Ian Silberman, he's in the mix as well, to really focus on that right guard position.
So now Hayne pushing the ball across the 40.
Unbelievable on special teams in the first half. That's the first punt return. Just a big bomb out-kicked his coverage. Hayne makes a great catch and then just making people miss. Watch this little move right there. These gunners are so athletic. To make those guys miss, then stick his foot in the ground and get vertically north and south up the field. You average 9 yards a punt return in this league, you're pretty good. 28 yards a return on those 3 returns.
That was our Mendocino power performer. Here's a power run by Hayne. And Jarryd Hayne to the Dallas 25.
Look, we've all watched a lot of preseason football this year. I'll say it right now. This is the story of the preseason in pro football. It really is. This guy has never played football before. A terrific rugby player, but just his abilities and learning the terminology and the line calls. Look at him switch the ball into the left hand, a wicked straight arm. Jarryd Hayne has been fantastic. Not just for this team, but the story around the NFL and globally is awesome.
Tim, there's a wonderful phrase in Australia. The Aussies are fabulous people, love sport, and the wonderful phrase they use is "no worries, mate." No worries, no worries. As if to say, no problem, don't worry about it, no worries. Jarryd Hayne is putting together a no worries first 2 weeks here.
I hate to say it, but I bet a few more shrimp are going on the bobby. You know they're excited. How do you control them from not celebrating, Ted, in the press box?
So it's interesting. I talked to Lawrence Okoye about this week, and I asked him, have you talked to Jarryd Hayne much, given what Lawrence went through, coming from another country? And he said no. Not really, because he said Jarrod's journey is much different than mine. Jarryd Hayne had played a ball sport, Lawrence hadn't, but he really said, I know what it's like when you have a lot of people in your ear, from home, the media coming to cover, and so I've really tried to let Jarryd alone.
I think You look at Hyde, you look at Kendall Hunter, Reggie Bush, Mike Davis. There's good running backs. His biggest role certainly will start as a return man based on what we've seen.
And Hayne gets yardage off the right side. So, of course, Jarryd Hayne, who made a declaration last fall in Australia that he was going to leave the Australian Rugby League to pursue an American football career. There was a possibility at one point he would sign with Detroit, but there was a visa issue involved for Hayne that derailed that. And eventually, Jim Tomsula winds up playing a big role in his decision to come to San Francisco.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Jimmy's got experience coaching guys who never played before. You talked about Lawrence Okoye earlier. And Jim Caldwell's a fine man, the head coach of the Detroit Lions. No question, but in terms of the personality and the likability, got to go with Jimmy T. Can run after the catch, can block, can line up at a lot of different places. He's going to see a uniform in a lot of games this year.
Now, Hayne was brought down for a loss. The problem was he was brought down by the face mask. So 49ers will get yardage and a first down out of this. Whoops, right there. Ryan Russell. And here's an interesting thing, Tim. How important is it for Jarryd Hayne, do you think, to do this, to be able to play this side of special teams?
Well, no doubt. I mean, the more you can get out of a guy in terms of the teams, the better. Not just as a return guy, not just as potentially a reserve running back, but a guy, there's only so many roster spots. Cover kicks, be able to do everything, and he is running right down the field, going to get in on this play.
Well, there he slowed up the kick returner, Ben Molina. But I would suspect that, Tim, that he really has to be able to play special teams on both sides, right?
And he can. I mean, what you just saw there and how he ran down the field, he was the first guy down covering that kick and had an impact on it. Here's Jarryd Hayne here. They call that R1, and that's the #1 guy to the right side of the kicker. Just watch Jarryd Hayne run down the field. He's the first guy down there. He's going to go right around the blocker, not ready for him. Forces the returner to stop, and then all the pursuit catches up. That's a really good job. Special teams.
Pretty good night.
Terrific.